Hey, this is Andy McKinley coming at you with your weekly college basketball update. If you've been looking for signs of normalcy this season in college basketball, we might have just seen our first one. 3 Blue Bloods just went back into the top 10. That's right, Duke, Kansas, and North Carolina all re-entered the top 10 this week. The Blue Devils are on a 3-game streak, Jayhawks on a 2-game streak, and the Tar Heels are on a 5-game streak. Making room for the 3 included the Buckeyes and the Bearcats both posting 0-2 weeks and Auburn splitting a pair of games. UVA and MSU both had undefeated weeks, each in widely varying ways. Virginia went back to the basics with a defensive gem at Miami. The Spartans played 2 halves of basketball against Minnesota and won by 30. Apparently that was quite taxing on them because they took a first half off when they played Northwestern before completing a 27-point comeback by playing in the second half, notching their 10th win in a row. Nova and Xavier matched each other with 1-1 weeks, but Nova's win was at Xavier. All 4 of the top 4 held their slots, but below things were a little crazy. Duke made a huge leap from 12 to 5 because nobody else could rightfully claim that slot. The Zags are hitting their stride, moving up 3 slots to number 6. Texas Tech lost and still moved up a slot. The voters won't feel right about putting KU ahead of them until after this Saturday's game. Purdue is hanging on by a thread, 1-3 in their last 4 games. And apparently UNC's 7 losses looks better than Cincy, Auburn, and URI's 4 losses. Also better than the Shockers' 5 losses. And, clearly according to the voters, certainly better than Arizona and Clemson's 6 losses. Short memories abound because it was less than 3 weeks ago that Clemson took down the Tar Heels. So after seeing the longest win streak in the nation come to an end 3 weeks in a row with Purdue, Rhode Island, and then Vermont, maybe we should not name the longest current winning streak in the nation. And you know what? I won't. But I will tell you a little bit about the nameless Tigers. These Tigers infamously went 0-28 during the 2012-2013 season. These Tigers are on an 11-game win streak. These Tigers are 2 games ahead of 2 other teams in the conference, one of which they play next. If they do win on Saturday, they close the season with the 3 bottom teams in the league before they start the conference tourney. I'm not going to tell you who it is. On the weekend, I picked a few right and a couple wrong, going 7-4, so I'm sitting at 107-55 on the season. Trey might be starting to wear down in play and in attitude, and that kind of surprised me. I did not expect them to lose. McIntosh did not play versus Sparty, and no doubt that lack of the senior shooter was the difference in allowing for MSU's ridiculous comeback. Nova also surprised me by getting the W in Cincinnati, but not as much as the other Cincy shocker, where the Shockers shocked the Bearcats. 3 times fast. Shockers shocked the Bearcats. Shockers shocked the Bearcats. That's not that hard, actually. The Boilers better turn on their Boilers, as they certainly did not dominate PSU. Michigan had a stress-free last 10 minutes in a whooping of the Buckeyes. And did anyone ever doubt the Jayhawk comeback versus West Virginia? I really don't think so. Here are my big game predictions for this week. Kansas gets payback for Haka Udoka before setting the table for 14 on Saturday. Yes, that's 14 championships in a row. WVU falls again. Baylor's win streak goes to 6. That's before the Mountaineers give Iowa State a swirly. Xavier gets tested at Georgetown but prevails. Texas Tech saddles the Cowboys, making Saturday's loss to KU even more meaningful. This is the kind of home game coming up for the Qs that they live for. UNC drops a close one at the Carrier Dome. Q shows how bad they can play also when they visit Cameron later in the week. Clemson drops another one at Virginia Tech. Michigan solves the Lion's Den in Happy Valley and also beats Maryland in College Park. Bama keeps Auburn skidding, and so does Florida when they go to the Swamp. Auburn's going to have a tough go over the next couple games. Vols chomp back at the Gators and then also win at Ole Miss. IU is going to be especially inhospitable to the Buckeyes, keeping their losing streak going. Nova clips Creighton's wings. Zags stop the Cougars in Provo. U of A goes 2-0 in Oregon, and the Bearcats are back on track versus the hapless UConn Huskies, and also hosting Tulsa. MSU gets the Purdue treatment in Madison, but somehow finds a way to win again. That luck runs out soon. Conference tourney time and big tourney time. Hey, we'll see you next time. Hope you have a great week.